Hello everyone, this is Kay Benyarko again, bringing you another important lesson in jazz piano technique. Today I'm going to be talking about bebop and the blues. The song I played there was "Now Is the Time" by Charlie Parker. Um, it was actually recorded in B flat, but in the real book it's in F, and all you have to do is transpose it into the key of F. All right. So, like I said, I played that in B flat, and I'm going to use it to, kind of show you guys how to incorporate bebop into the blues. The blues is a very good way to practice various jazz concepts. We'll go over a lot of lessons with the blues changes, how people like McCoy Tyner and Coltrane approach it are different, and how people like Bobby Timmons, Horace Silver approach it are way different from the bebop players. So the bebop, players, I'll say that's a development out of the swing era. And the main developers were Charlie Parker, Thelonious Monk, um, people like Bud Powell. For drums, people like Kenny Clark, Max Roach. These guys approached it, and what they did was they still played standards, but Charlie Parker, who actually invented the style, figured out that he could do a lot by playing extensions of chords in his improv. So he would play, various extensions of the chords or higher extensions of the chords, and it would allow him to play a whole lot more. So when you're playing the bebop blues, there are a few things that will make it bebop. The first is to ignore the chord changes. So I'm playing it in the key of B flat. So we have B flat, then we go to the 4, the E flat, back to the B flat, right? Now I usually do E, right, altered to the 4 again, E flat, then we have a E diminished, then back to B flat, then we have a minor third, chromatically move into the second, then we have a 5, which is a F, and back to the B flat chord. Again, B flat, E flat to B flat. So I do the E to the E flat, or what you can do is 2-5 to the E flat for your fourth chord. So right, then you can do a E diminished back to a B flat. Then again with the minor third, 7th, chromatically moving down to the C minor. Right, we have your F7 and back to a B flat. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead just play the changes just with a few improv. Okay. Now, so those are just the changes I showed with a little right hand improv. Now, many of you guys have the Charlie Parker changes. Now, there are a few, ways, bebop players alter the blues changes. I would recommend checking out my tutorial on the jazz blues to see different ways I alter the changes as well. There's the Oscar Peterson way of doing it. There is the Bud Powell way. There's you know, there are many different ways, and that's what makes the blues more appropriate to practice different ideas. All right, so we have the chord set. The next thing is to be able to play the high extension. So first, you know, we have the B flat, okay? So you can approach it by knowing the chord tones of B flat. So we know our 7th is the A flat, we know our 3rd, we know our 5th. So you can play the extensions like this, you know. So I went from the 5 to the 9. So I'm playing an E flat chord there, so my melody sounds like this. Kind of outlining that E flat 7 chord. Back to the B. Right? So I'm just outlining the chords. See? Over there is a D minor, so right? To the chromatic, then 5/8. So you can use that to push your ideas, you know, just outline the chord tones. Another thing is bebop is played in mostly 8 notes, so you have to have that that 8 note kind of feel and the swing feel. And then you have you know, we have the triplets in there. So triplet, you know. Okay? And then we have enclosures. So these are enclosures. Let's say I want to get to A. I could play the notes around A and then land on that. So it would sound like this. You know, I played all the notes around A to just land on A. So if I made that into an idea, it would be something like that. You see? So that's an enclosure. So these are various bebop techniques to use. And then I would say another thing is a rhythmic, you know, it's a rhythmic form. So if you listen to the main players, and there are a lot of bebop pianists to listen to, not just Bud Powell. There's Al Haig, Duke Jordan. In fact, I would recommend a lot of players listen to him. There's Duke Jordan. There is Tete Montelou. There are players like Tommy Flanagan, Hank Jones, and these are, you know, what I consider first generation bebop players who did not play hard bop, you know. So you could listen to these players, and it's a more rhythmic kind of format, you know. I played with a track earlier. I'm gonna just, you know, play with just the things I talked about, and you know, see if you can follow it. Just mess around with the blues, mess around with it, and then come up with your own exercises to it. Stay tuned for more lessons if you need to get to me. My email is kbenyarko music@gmail.com, and my website is kbenyarkomusic.com. You can actually book private lessons, and also I have paid for videos on there. You can book that. So, you know, stay tuned for more lessons, and I hope you enjoy. Again, B flat blues in a bebop style.